Okay, we are live. Now let's get started. But before starting your presentation, let me welcome our guest to another productive webinar organized by STEP. Today we will be talking about From Classroom Tech Career, designing school curricula with purpose, national standards and flexibility in curriculum, lesson planning for impact. And we are very happy that we have an excellent expert with us, Shabnam Khanım. After a few minutes, she will present herself before starting her presentation. Shabnam Khanım, now I am giving floor to you. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Elmira Hanım. First of all, I want to say hello to everyone who joined us today and who watching us on YouTube channel. I want to thank STEP team for bringing us all together and bringing all the language teachers throughout Azerbaijan from every region. Every time we saw educative and fruitful sessions and trainings. It doesn't matter online or on site, and we all always get benefits from them. And then I want to thank all the teachers who joined us today and sparing their valuable time for us, because as we know, we are in the busiest time of the school year. Most of us have finished the units in our schools and starting subsummatives. I wish good luck to all the teachers during this school year. So I want to introduce myself. I am Shabnam Aliyeva from Ganja Secondary School number 24. I have been working as an English teacher for 24 years. And I have participated in various trainings so in the way of developing myself, and always was keen on sharing what I have learned. And today I am here to share some knowledge of me with you on curriculum. As you know, curriculum is one of the, I can say that it's a significant part of our teaching, because everything depends on our annual curriculum. So I want to start sharing my screen. Okay, so this time. And I would like to ask you if my screen is visible for you.
Yes, we can see it very well.
Okay, so I have prepared a little slide for tonight to start the presentation. So we are going to talk about designing school curricular with purpose, national standards and flexibility in curriculum, lesson planning for impact. So I'm so excited today to share this topic with you, because this is one of the most important part in teaching. So curriculum is not just a list, it's a map of meaningful learning. And as you know, every country has its national standards for curriculum, and this is what we are giving by our Ministry of Education. But of course, every teacher has their additions to a curriculum. It depends on them how to teach, how to reach their goals. So effective curriculum is coherent and adaptive. So as we are going to talk about curriculum, first of all, for warming up, I would like to ask our teachers to scan the QR code that you see on the screen and describe your curriculum in one word. How do you see your curriculum? What is it for you? With which adjectives you could describe our curriculum? So I give you 1 minute for scanning the QR code and writing your ideas and conveying your feelings about curriculum with one word. And then we'll see our Mentimeter page to see what are your thoughts, what are your feelings about it. If you have any problem with scanning or something else, you can Feel free to tell me. I would like to ask our participants to unmute themselves so that we didn't have any extra voices. I hope that QR code is visible for you and it's easy to reach for it. Yes, so let's see what are your ideas about curriculum. So it's syllabus for you, it's program, but I would like you to describe it with adjectives. What are your feelings about it? What is it? What should be curriculum be like? So it must be, for example, flexible or what else? It's very interesting for me to get your ideas.
I think not all our teachers have scanned. Can you send the link to the chat section, please, if anyone has entered?
Yes, please, I will.
Because some teachers are using their phone to attend this webinar, so it will be
Yes.
hard to scan and
Okay.
follow us.
Okay, yes, I will copy the link and share it in our chat box. Just a minute, sorry. Yes, and now I think that most of the teachers writing comprehensive. Yes, and as you see this word with more bigger letters, it means that most of the teachers think that curriculum must be comprehensive. Yes, and I do agree with you that curriculum must be comprehensive. It must be clear. So our goals must be clear while we are teaching. So thank you for taking an active part in giving your ideas. So we had relevant, the word relevant, engaging. Yes, it's also one of the essential words to describe our curriculum. It must be well structured. And of course, motivational. I think that motivational is also one of the main things to describe curriculum, because we should set our goals so that we could motivate our student but not demotivate, and make our lessons more interesting for our students. So as we can see that each of us bring unique perspective on what teaching should accomplish. And so every teacher has their own addition to the curriculum, and fostering communicational skills or critical thinking or confidence in their students. But we shouldn't forget about purpose. Whatever we do, purpose matters in curriculum. So we are going to dive deeper into what does it look like. So principles of purposeful curriculum design. So we will focus on mostly three principles: relevance, engagement, and alignment. So whatever we are going to do with our curriculum, as you know, we are giving the standard from our Minister of Education in our curriculums. We are giving definite levels for each grade students, but it's just showing us the way. It leads our way. It gives us a framework, but how to reach the goal, how to go ahead in this way depends mostly on the teachers. And teachers should make their curriculum according to the needs of their students. So curriculum should reflect the real world needs and challenges students will face after school. For engaging the students, what are they are going to learn, so they should feel personally connected to what they are learning and see its relevance to their own lives. So we have something connected with their own lives. We should bring some examples, or we should connect our topics with their daily life, so that while learning they would feel what are they going to do. If they're feeling this, it will be more engaging and it will be more motivated. They will be more willingly participate in the learning process. And what about alignment? We should ensure that learning objectives, teaching methods, assessment, and student outcomes are all aligned, because they are all dependent from each other, and we should be careful. We should be careful so that these all come together and all align. So a well-designed curriculum is more than content. It's a visionary act of leadership that empowers teachers, enriches learning, and equips students for a complex, changing world. So for the next page, sorry, what happens? Yes. And in next step, we are going to talk about flexibility in curriculum designing. So flexibility is an essential part when we are going to design our purposeful curriculum. So what do we mean while we are talking about flexibility? So it must meet needs of our students. So we can make some changes to our curriculum, but while changing it, we should take into considerations of our students' ability and their level of knowledge. For example, maybe we are having the same classes, the same level classes. For example, we have 8 grades, 8A and 8B, and as teachers, we know the class very well, and of course we can change our curriculum, and we make completely different approaches for each class, because in some classes we have students that have a lot of demands. They are more active, they are more actively engaged in the lesson, but in some classes we have some different approaches. So for making our lessons more interesting for them, to make it more reliable, we must take this into consideration. So flexible curriculum is built around individual student needs, learning styles, interests, and capabilities. For example, in one of the classes, we have students that are very active. They are mostly active in cultural life of the community, or they are actively participating in competitions or active hobbies or activities. But in some classes, we just have people who are focused just on learning. But whatever are their interests, we have to find the way to reach our goals easily and not making it boring for our students. So if the students come from different backgrounds, from different interests, we should make our lessons different for them. So by having a flexible approach, we can meet students where they are and adapt the curriculum to their unique needs. So it allows us to be more responsive to the classroom environment and gives us the space to use methods that are most effective for our students. So in this part, I would like again to ask you to scan the QR code for Padlet page. I think that as teachers, all of you has done some changes to your curriculum, making it purposeful, because you always have some purposes for reaching your goals during the teaching. You have some objectives, but what challenges do you face when trying to meet standards while keeping lessons engaging and relevant? As you know, when we want to do these changes, we sometimes come across with some challenges. So I would like to know, what are your challenges? Let's have a little discussion around this one. I can also again send our link for the Padlet page. I would like to see your opinions. Just a minute, I will. Okay, so you see QR code, and also you will have access to the Padlet page by the link I have shared with you. Oh, so while writing, can you, any of you tell me that, have you ever faced any challenges, and what kind of challenges were they? Yeah, and you will write it shortly in your Padlet page. Let me see if we have any answers here. Okay, Günel teacher has right time constraint. Yes, because we have little time but lots of materials. Yes, in this point, I completely agree with you, because we want to do a lot, because in today's world we have different types of educational games that can engage students in learning, but sometimes we have lack of time. Yes, students want more, but suddenly we see that, oh, it's time, the time is up, and we have to finish the lesson. Okay, a lot of things to cover. Yes, I also face this kind of problem. So our books are full of interesting materials, interesting tasks, and it gives a lot of information. But sometimes yes, it's difficult to cover all everything in one lesson, but sometimes we have lack of time, because we are in curriculum, sometimes we are given a set of time that we have to finish this topic in one lesson, and we cannot do. Then diverse student needs, because we should apply differentiated approach to each of our students. Yes, again, I agree with this idea as well, dear Günel teacher. Yes, we have to be differentiated, and we have to differentiated approach to our students. Sorry. And I would like to see some more ideas from other teachers. Please be active, and your ideas are very important for us, because at every session, every training sessions, we learn from each other. Every time we attend these kind of meetings with teachers, we learn from each other, and it's the great things of learning. I think it's the best way of sharing our skills, our abilities, and whatever we learn. Okay, then the most challenging is subsummative tasks. I would like to ask, what kind of challenge do you face while doing subsummative tasks? What are the challenges that
Can I answer just
Yes, yes,
without
please.
writing, because it takes my time to write.
Yes.
So the most challenging side of subsummative tasks is that some of the students have hardships in fulfilling the task, because we have to give different kind of tasks which will assess their reading ability, their understanding, even their listening and writing.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not all the students have the same ability, and but sometimes while speaking, just when they answer the questions orally, they do their best to answer, but
Yes.
in subsummative tasks, in tests, they fail answering.
Yes.
That's why, as we are the students of Soviet period, in
Yes.
those times, we were just answering, we were writing, yeah, we had some writing tasks, and also we
Yes.
used to answer the questions and get our marks. But
Yes.
unfortunately, now there are some students that they do not answer during a period, let's say, and at the end they copy down. I don't know
Yes.
how they can do it, how they can manage it, but they copy and get their mark. That's
Yes.
why
That's
I
the biggest problem. Yes.
yes, that's why subsummative tasks are challenging for me, because it doesn't let me just assess my students properly.
Yes. And how do you think? Do you think of any ways that you could do to make your subsummative tests more reliable, so that you could have some ways of making them not to cheat, not to copy from each other,
I
to be
try.
away from plagiarizing?
Yeah, not every time. Just let's imagine that we have to write 3 tasks within
Yes.
a term. I try to do one of them orally. I create
Yes.
rubrics for them. Rubrics, I mean, assessment criterias,
Yes.
and they see that they can answer or not. It's going to be, how to say, obvious for all the students. Which criterias are they going to answer? Which questions? And of course, in this case, they don't have any chance to cheat me.
Yes, I think that all the other teachers will agree with your ideas, and I think that it's a perfect way to do it, because I also agree that some of the students cannot show their abilities just by writing. Some of them are perfect, excellent in speaking, but when it comes to writing, they fail. Yes, so we have to assess them properly. So, and we have to check their abilities in different points of view, and then we will have the right assessment process. That's why I think that we should think over assessment tools one more
Yes,
again.
sure.
Yes,
We know
not
that we
just
have
end up
lots of
with
ways.
summative tasks, subsummative
Yeah.
tests.
Just we
Yes,
have lots of ways to assess the students. It doesn't mean just we have to write only just the test. We have project words. We have some group
yes,
works we can do.
yes.
They can have other kind of I mean tasks. But we our society used to give that just the test,
Mm,
which
yes.
makes easy our work. But we can do some I mean we can make some changes to
Yes,
our
of course.
assessment tools. We
Yes,
have to do,
yes, we
because
are all together here to make some changes, and it will be in better side if we can do any changes to our
yeah,
standard type of assessment reliance or assessment methods. Thank
yeah.
you, Günel teacher, for your
Thank you, you're
valuable
welcome.
ideas. Thank you so much for engagement. Okay, so I would like to continue with key principles for impactful lesson planning. So, as you know, the main thing is the how can I say, successful lesson. We need to have impactful lesson planning, and if we teachers have a lesson plan, everything will go smooth for us, and we can, of course, reach the goals, and we can do everything in time. We can save our time, and of course, we can spare time all the students in the class and be sure that we could work with every student in the class. So let's focus on lesson planning. And purposeful curriculum design is only as good as the lesson we create. When we plan lesson with purpose, we ensure that our students are not only meeting the standards, but they are also actively engaged and learning deeply. So let's break down how we can do that. First of all, we have to have a clear learning objective aligned with national standards. So our objectives must meet the demands of national standards. For example, if we choose a topic that we have to we have to make it on speaking skills to improve students' speaking skills. Our things, our goals must meet with the standards. Then flexibility. We need flexibility to adapt based on students' responses. So it means that during the lesson we can change our way of. So every time teachers, when are they having lesson plan, we always must have some B plan, because if it doesn't work, if our A plan doesn't work, maybe it depends on students' mood on that day, maybe it depends on lack of technology we have planned, so we have another B plan for making our lesson more successful. So flexibility is things that we need mostly in this case. And then purposeful activities that promote communication and real life use of English. Of course, when we are making lesson plans, we have to choose carefully what can we add to our lesson plans, what kind of maybe games, educational games, to make our lessons more fun, and or we can do some real life experiments in our lessons that to make it lively for our students. And at the end, we will have assessment and feedback integrated into the lessons. And I think that every teachers have their own ways of assessing their students during the lesson. And assessment types are, as you know, are formative and subsummative. As you know, formatives are just for teachers. They get their students' abilities daily, and they observe how they improve day by day, lesson after lessons, and it's essential for teachers themselves. So today I want to work on a topic showing you an example how to make our curriculum purposeful and how to make a lesson plan more active. As you know, I think that most of you teach seventh grade at school now, and our new textbooks are very interesting, and we have a lot of up-to-date topics that really attracts students' attention, because they are related to nowadays problems, nowadays way of life, and that's why they are mostly interesting for students. And for teachers, for us, we have to make it more interesting, more how can I say, attractive for students, and to make them to be actively engaged to their lessons. So I have taken the topic A World of Technology. So what are our learning objectives for this lesson? So by the end of the lesson, students will be able to use key vocabulary related to technology. We have some words like device, app, online, download, and connect. As you know, these are the, I think that they are new words to our English vocabulary, because some years ago we didn't have these things. If we would say Apple, we wouldn't understand what does it mean. But now all the students know clearly what are they, and as soon as they we try to give definitions, they find it, what does it mean. So, and then they are going to talk about how they use technology in daily life, and it is the most interesting part for students, because all of them have at least one technological device at their home, and they are active users of technology. That's why it is the most interesting topic for them to speak a lot. Then they will express simple opinions about advantages and disadvantages of technology. And in this part, we can add some debates. We can divide them into groups, and then we can see that they find ways to express their thoughts about advantages and disadvantages, because they have so many contradictions in their ideas, in their thoughts. And the last one is interact in pairs and groups to share ideas and reach conclusions. Yes, this is the main part for our objectives, that we will engage students in active participation if we divide them into groups, or if we ask them to work in pairs. While working in pairs and groups, they will share ideas, and it will help them to improve their communication skills. For this lesson, materials and tools are going, it depends on teacher's choice. And for me, I always prefer using visuals of tech devices like my laptop or projector to show students something. But in some schools, we know that we have a lack of technical devices, and if we have this kind of sorry, if in our school we have some problems with technical devices or lack of devices, we have to prepare some flashcards before the lesson to make our lessons more interesting for our students. If we have technical support at our school, we can show them short video or picture prompt showing different types of technology, which is very attractive for students nowadays. Whenever they see that they are going to see some videos and to hear some native speakers, this lesson seems more attractive for them, and they are more engaged in the lesson. We can use some worksheets for vocabulary practice, and as you know, nowadays we have a lot of sources in the internet that we can download a number of worksheets for our topic and make our lessons more engaging. And for technical devices, we can use Mentimeter, Padlet, these kind of tools to get students' ideas. And they, when students know that their ideas are interesting, that we are eager to know their ideas, they are more engaged in their learning process. And the next lesson stage is, as we start the lesson, it would be better if we start the lesson with warm-up activity. But we must be careful in our timing. If we spare a lot of time for games, for warming up activities, so it would be difficult for us to reach our goals. That's why when we make our lesson plan, it will be better if we define time for each stage of our teaching. For example, I took 5 minutes for warming up activity for this lesson, and it will be tech word race. It will be very interesting and energizing activity for students. After this activity, they will be more actively participating during the next stages of the lesson. So they will be given 1 minute to work in groups. And I think that every teacher has their own ways to divide their students into groups. And you can make it fun for them, distributing colorful card for them, or most of the time I use Team Picker Wheel. It's a very good tool. I think that some of the teachers already use this tool. It's a very easy way of dividing students into groups. And when they are competing in groups, they show more willingness to the activity. So, but the purpose of this activity, I want to mention that in each activity you apply in your lesson, as that you choose for your lesson plan, must have definite purpose. If it has purpose, it's okay to use it in your lesson. But activity without purpose, just they are time consuming, waste of time. If we have purpose, it's will be okay. So this activity has one purpose: activate prior knowledge and sets context. So in this, with this race, we'll check the students' prior knowledge. What do they know? What words or word structures or grammatical structures do they know connected with new lesson, new topic. Then after the warm-up stage finishes, we will have some 10 minutes practice. And in this practice, we can play the game, find someone who. We can do it like a bingo game, or just we make students walk around the class asking classmates questions, and then report what they have learned, what they find out about their classmates' opinions, about their thoughts. And the purpose of this activity is it promotes interaction using target language, because while doing this activity, I always instruct students not to speak native language, just use English. However, is it difficult or not, try to use only English, because someone who doesn't use English, they will be losers. That's why they try their best to use all the words they have already learned, and to reach the goal and to be the winners. So it promotes their interaction with each other, it improves their communication skills, and also they doing their best to use target language. Okay, and then in next stage, sorry, just a minute. Yes, and then we will come to, no, please, activity, yes. And in reflection and wrap up time, I have taken 5 minutes for this. And for reflection, I have recently began to use exit tickets for my students. I think that you have heard about it. I will admit that I have learned this method newly during one of the training led by foreign teachers. And I thought that it was great idea, and it really is a ticket. I have prepared this kind of little cards for students, and at the end of each lesson, I spare 2 minutes for the student to fill this card and give it to me. So when they know that at the end of the lesson, they are going to fill their exit ticket, they are more attentive for the lesson, because they know that every day they are going to write the name of the topic, that what we have talked about during the lesson. Then to write at least one word they have learned at today's lesson. Sometimes they can write up to 5 or 10 words, and sometimes they can just add 1 or 2 words that they have learned today. And if we have some grammar point in the lesson, during the lesson, they should add it also to the exit ticket. And while checking their exit tickets, I can be sure that if I reached my goal during the lesson or not. I think that it would be better if you try this method, and it really works with students, and it works with all stage students, beginning from the primary school students to the upper graders. And at the end, the teacher summarizes main points, and we give short homework. We have to try the homework not to be so tiring, so time consuming, so that they would do it eagerly. So our topic was about modern technologies, and they are going to write 5 sentences about how they use technology every day. And I think that this is the topic every student will eagerly think and write what are they doing, because most of their time depends on technology nowadays. So in this stage, we can wrap up our lesson and summarize it. If we have this kind of lesson plan, I think that we can feel ourselves confident during the lesson because we know what to do, we know how to reach the goal. The main point here is how. If you ask yourself a question, how to reach the goal, and it will give you a lot of ideas to make your lesson plan for very impactful, so that you could reach your goals very easily. So in this stage, we are already coming to the end of our session. In this part, I would like to give you some reference sites that I have used for preparing this online session. And these are the sites are really very helpful for teachers, and you can use them easily. If you want, I would send the slides materials I have prepared for you, and you can refer to these sites whenever you want. Before thanking you for the end of the our session, I would like to get your opinions, your thoughts about today's session. I would like to ask your ways of teaching. What do you use in your lessons? How do you for example, what activities do you use to make your lessons more engaging? And what do you have to tell me for today's? Maybe you have some questions and I can ask your questions eagerly.
Okay, if you want, you can write your questions on the chat section and we can read them.
Yes.
So, first of all, I would like to share my gratitude.
Can I say something?
Just because of this webinar, like say, but then I would add something about your reflection. I also use exit ticket. It
Yes.
lets not only assess our students if we have reached our goal objective
Yes.
for today, if we have learned or understood something. Also, it gives us chance to reflect ourselves also. As you
Yes.
mentioned, I see if I was able to teach them anything during the lesson.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is a good chance for us. Also, we have another tools for reflection. We can use all of them, and they give us the chance to see how we achieved our goal, our objectives during the lesson. And also, I do agree with the point that the teacher should be prepared for the lesson, because
Yes.
if we just, in case we consider the questions even we are going to ask the students, it gives us a chance to not consume our, let's say, time for unnecessary things, because we are ready, we know what we are going to deal with, and
Yes.
even we can see beforehand the challenges that we can see during the lesson. For example, if the
Yes.
students don't understand the word, how we can give the definition, or if any case, for example, if anything happens during the lesson, how we will be able to overcome the problem.
Yes.
So
That's
that's
right.
why I think the teacher should be ready for the lesson, and
Yes.
we shouldn't do just before the lesson, 5 or 10 minutes before the lesson beforehand. Of course,
Yes.
it gives us chance to get ready for the
Yes,
materials,
and
hand
maybe
out
you will
materials.
agree with me that when a teacher is ready for the lesson, it doesn't depend on how
Yeah,
experienced the teacher is. It
sure.
takes stress away. If you are not ready for the lesson, you feel some stress during the lesson. What to do?
Even the
What
students
to
feel it,
do?
yeah.
Yes,
Even they
and
feel it
students.
that you are
Yes,
ready for the lesson,
that's
and
right.
also it makes the lesson enjoyable. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, I agree with you.
Yes, thank you for your valuable
Thank you.
thoughts, Güne teacher. Thank you for participating in our
Thank you.
sessions and giving your valuable ideas tonight. Thank you so much. So I see that in chat also our teachers write that they like the idea of exit tickets, and I am very, very happy that something was useful from my session, because as for myself, every time I learn from something new from someone, I feel happy. I really feel happy, and I want to use it in my class. I want to try it and to see how does it work. And as you know, when I started using this exit ticket, it really worked, and I see that how it changed my students' attitude to the lesson. I feel their interest to the lesson, and of course, as a teacher, it makes me very happy to see this.
Can I say something?
Yes,
Şebnem
of
teacher?
course, Katre teacher. It
Yes.
will be my pleasure to hear something from you.
Thank you. And I use similar exit ticket. I like to ask them what you liked about the lesson. Write one sentence what you liked.
Yes.
And write one sentence what you learned. And write one sentence what would you like to learn at the next lessons. Lesson.
Yeah, that's also great. To get their thoughts about next lesson.
Yeah.
Yes. And we learned it from you. And thanks for this idea.
Welcome.
Yes, I think that sharing is great. And one more time, I want to thank a STEP team for bringing us together. At least even for 1 hour, we can exchange our thoughts, our skills, and we can put something on our knowledge. And it's very good in teaching, because teachers must learn forever. It must be eternal. We mustn't stop, because our world is changing day by day, and we have to meet our student requirements. And as you know, today students requirements are high. They are more keen on fun ways of learning. They don't like boring lessons, just memorizing or repetition. So we have to find ways to make our lessons more engaging. I would like share my last page of the slide, and thank you one more time for sparing your time. And here I would like to share with you a quote that we are the teachers who shape the future of our students. Let's be for those who shape the future of our students. Let's be the teacher who are examples for their students, who are role models. This is what must be our main goal in teaching. So thank you for one more time. And here I have left my contact information. If you want anything, you can feel free to address me with any question, with anything, and I'm always ready to help with any question for you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for attending this productive webinar. We are very happy, more than happy to see you here tonight. Don't forget, sharing is caring among teachers.
Yes, and hope to see you, to meet each other in next sessions. I know that during the year we will have a lot of sessions with STEP. Thank you, Elmira Hanım, for being with us during this 1 hour.
Thank you, Şebnem Hanım, for this presentation. It was very insightful and productive.
Thank you.